I have so many options on this side, and I'm feeling I'm definitely feeling the excitement of the Iwata deck, though I do recognize immediately that it is very ebb and flow. It's a lot of bide your
Yes.
time
Mhm.
and then strike. Oh, so just for my edification, is Modern Man very gamma forward, or does it have a sort of a niche for rads?
All the intro decks exclude one of the three rad types.
Gotcha.
Your deck is going to focus on beta gamma, and
Hmm.
because certain playstyle cards are in those two quote unquote identities, you're going to get certain kinds of playstyles. In your case, more of a thinky sequency matters kind of stuff. Modern Man is his intro deck is Alpha Gamma. So Alpha Gamma is kind of like a crafty, scrappy kind of aggro style. But you
Hmm.
have to be careful with like how you're, what you're playing with and what you're recycling. What will I do? Okay, I'm gonna pay 3, so that'll leave me at 2 brains here. I'm gonna drop an assistant.
Hmm.
Persistent Lackey, his whole thing is that he comes back from the discard pile when certain conditions are met in play. So he just keeps coming back.
Interesting. Okay.
So I'm going to end my
Brain two.
turn because I can't attack the same turn you play units. It's a popular rule
Unless
for
you have
reasons.
rush,
Unless you
correct?
have rush. Yeah, yeah. There's only a few keywords in this game. Each one is very like cherry picked. Like
They're very often described on the cards themselves, I'm noticing. Like,
yeah,
obviously, Pursuer is a big thing with Iwata's deck,
yeah.
and it's literally parenthetically described. I appreciate that.
I would bank up to 3 unspent brains. So I have 2 here. I'm going to hold on to them. So that means
You're going to
next
bank the
turn when
two.
I gain 5, I'll have 7.
So I want to play Fuel Rod Storage. So it allows me to take 2 of these.
Yes, those are your durability counters. And it gives you the
Just,
beta counter as well, the
and it gives me a
radiation.
beta.
Yeah.
Yep. I've definitely got some interesting options here.
Yeah, this card is intended to throw out the stuff you don't need to catch up with like a big monster.
Yeah, I'm mostly doing it for later.
Yeah.
Because I've definitely played games where or I've seen games at least where I feel like this should have been played earlier and you have it as an option.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna spend the rest and I'm gonna bring out a
Okay.
tangle.
Okay.
Which doesn't have rush, so I can't attack.
Right. So at this moment, it's a brick. It's a 4/4 with pursuer. Okay, so that means it would go back to me. I start
Yep.
by gaining 5, so I'm gonna hop up to 7.
Nice.
I have no at turn start effects, so all I do is draw a card. I'll pay 2, and I'm gonna give the persistent lackey. I'm gonna hit him with the hot stick.
Okay.
It's a
Swag.
Hit him with
giant
the hot stick.
monster cattle prod. It's gonna give him
Plus
+2
two
plus.
power. Oh, look at
Yes.
you. So you're a 5/2 now.
Yeah.
You're gonna hit directly at my base then.
Well, you can choose to block me with your
Isn't
field
it
unit.
is
My guy can't block because he's got the hot
oh,
stick.
can't block. I'm sorry. I thought it said can't be blocked.
No,
Oh,
no, oh
I
no, oh
see.
no.
I was gonna say
There's
that's a little
yeah, 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 yeah. It's a boost in power with kind of a drawback, but I don't really care. 5
gosh, that hot stick is really good for 2 brains. That's a great card. I like it.
was pretty good. So I'm gonna pay 2. I'm gonna play a procedure, which is like
Okay.
a one and done effect, right? It's called Lab
Nice.
Infestation.
You're gonna destroy the hot stick,
Yes.
and
And
then
I
it
get
goes
to
back to your
create,
hand.
goes back to my hand, and I get to create 2 specimens.
This is still the face down like Mr. Smart thing.
Now I have tokens. I got tokens, baby.
Oh, specimen token.
They're all
Nice.
next
Swag.
here.
And
Yeah,
original art
so
on it. Oh, I like this. Cool.
specimens are mutants, technically. They don't do any, they have no powers at all, but they can be irradiated. So you can pump them up just like any other mutant. They just
And
get a
of
little
course they
buff.
can block, which is super annoying.
I
Mhm.
mean, I'm going to just throw the hot stick back on them.
Yeah, I know. I knew that
Okay.
was gonna happen.
Okay. I think what I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to keep these specimens in my lab. which means they can't be pursued by your scary monster. I'm gonna end my play phase, so I can't do any more spending of brains to do things. Whoops.
Oh, and you're ending your play phase. You're going into combat.
I'm going into combat now. You don't
I'm gonna
have to
take it
left.
to the. I'm gonna take it to the base.
Okay, that's fine. So that's 5 damage.
Boy, you got a
Yep.
lot of rads over there. Okay, a little
That's this.
scary.
That's the spooky thing. Right. Right.
Yeah, and you can just like stack these mutants back here. Cool.
Yeah. So I get to bank this one brain right here, and that's it.
All right, I will draw.
And remember, this fool can't block for me.
Can't block. That's right. So I
Not
can hit
block.
you straight to the face as well.
Yep.
Yeah, let's see. So this is very interesting. I have a few things that I can see myself doing right now, but I'm not sure what the best play is.
I would like to give a comment, about it, about this game. Basically, I like the risk or take the risk, vibe about this game. I'm gonna take the risk to do something to harm myself. I'm gonna take the risk to attack somebody, so that I lose points,
There's a lot of balancing. Yeah. Yeah. And there's a lot of you'll notice as you watch more of this game, there's a lot of it's not like chains in the classic like card game sense, but there's a lot of interaction between the individual cards, which I appreciate a lot. Like these starter decks are very well put together to operate with each other. But I even see cards that you've played already on your side that I would love to put in this deck. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna pay one of these.
Okay, you're gonna do it. Cool.
To discard a card. And it allows me to create 2 counters that this would have created, right?
Yeah. With the water, you're gonna get your card back anyway because you can
Yep.
irradiate twice.
So I'm discarding the Psychonaut, which
Go
is
for
going
it.
to allow me to get 2 gammas,
Yes. Oh no.
and then
Crap. Wait. Let me read this again. Yeah. Okay.
let's see.
I made this card. Wait, let me read it again. Right.
Now, with Pursuer, I can't force you from the lab, right?
Yes, as the tangle is right now, my lab units are safe from the tangle. But as you see the big ability, after all the radiation it gets, it can move those lab units to my field.
I would have to bring in like a 1 brain, and then radiate 4 times and force these forward.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, no, I think there is a way to do this.
If you can discount a card, it might make the difference because something's
Yeah,
costing
but
you less.
I love everything in my hand, man.
Yeah.
This is
I
the
mean,
problem.
no one's telling you to kill my lackey right now. You don't have to do this. You can keep him alive with this hot stick.
I mean, I'm gonna probably try to take him out anyway. The thing is, do I get this off? So I could discard a card, and then the next card I play would be 1 cheaper.
As long as it doesn't share, as long as it's not the same card type.
I'm gonna discard this procedure,
Okay.
which I think is really good.
It's a pretty good
I'm gonna play double duty aid,
for 1.
and I'm gonna do it for 1.
Okay.
Which still gives me 4. That gives me a beta or gamma, I mean.
Yeah.
And then now I have the option when this enters play, I can pay a certain amount of brains to bring something back. I forget what I have here. I have 3 and 3. Like I could bring either of these back. I'm gonna pull both of these forward.
No. Oh, when you ready for the 4th time. Yep. Okay. That happens. My babies come up.
And also when a player radiates for the 2nd time each turn, I can draw a card. So I will draw a card. So now this is interesting, right? Because if I go into combat, you can. Oh, but I have Pursuer, so I could say this has to block, and then I could go into combat with this. I think that's right. So I'm going to go into combat with both. I'm going to use Pursuer on your hot stick, bro.
I mean, you're going to take 5. You live with 3 health. And this.
I will take the 5.
This goes back to my hand.
I believe that's the end of my turn.
This is I'm kind of doing it for the lulz, but I also really like it. I'm gonna juice up my voice. I'm gonna pay 2. I'm gonna equip my. I'm modifying my specimen.
You're putting a battle suit on this thing?
Yes, I am. So it's a 3/3. It's in a 3/3 mech right now. If my specimen would expire, the battle suit is destroyed instead. Okay, so I'm gonna pay 1. I'm gonna pay one. I'm gonna attach an explosive device to this specimen.
When this
Wait,
unit deals damage to the opponent's base, you may. Oh, you could destroy your unit.
yeah.
If you do, deal 3 damage. Oh, that's really cool. Okay, okay, I like it.
Play 3, and I'm gonna dump 3 rads on the guy with the explosive device. I'm gonna hold on to this one because these are kind of
Gamma. Yeah, you might want the gammas.
low pressure. So
So
this is
that makes
a
you a 4/4.
yeah 4/4. So I am gonna go to my clash phase. I'm gonna attack with both of them.
So I'm gonna block here with double duty aid on your explosive, and I'm gonna take this one, these 3 to the face.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And so he's at 4 total, right? So if he takes 2, he's down.
That's
He's
right.
out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, that's the end of my turn. Back to you.
Okay. So I
Yeah.
gain my 5. I'm gonna draw. Ah, okay. Very nice. I'm gonna spend 2. Let's see. Is this how I gotta kind of plan this out a little bit? I'm gonna use radiotherapy,
Nice. Very good.
which allows me to take a beta, and then
Yes.
I will irradiate this boy, and then I will remove 5 damage counters from him.
That's the whole thing.
Okay, so I did that. This is a procedure, so it just goes, right?
Yes, it's done with the thing.
This card.
So you
Okay.
irradiated once this turn just to keep it on a clock for her.
All right.
Okay.
So I will go to clash phase. I will use pursuer, and I'm gonna target this boy here.
Okay. So that's 4 to you, and I will expire.
Yep, you'll
And
expire.
that thing doesn't happen. And I don't have brain, so I can't do the modern man thing. So that's too bad for me. Willing subject. I do have rush in this deck.
Oh wow, that is fantastic art by Phil.
That's
Phil
my
Barry.
yeah. That's like flagship art. As long as he's modified, he gets more power. So I'm going to give him the hot stick.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, hot stick, which gives him 2, right? Plus
2
1
and then
because
a
of it.
1. Yeah, I'm coming at
Oh
you.
wow. Okay. See, I even literally talked through this, and I was like, I don't think you have anything that
I
gives
didn't
rush
think
right
I
away.
did, and then I forgot I had that card. I just top decked it. I'm ending my play phase. I'm going right into my clash phase.
Yeah, I might have to take something to the face here. I'm ramping this guy. I don't want to lose him. But so this is 3.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't kill me if I blocked here. This would kill me because I'm at 9.
Yes.
And he will expire because of that, right?
Yeah, I'm done.
And I won't block him, so I'm going to take 5 to the face.
Okay.
Gosh, this early to the face is so tough. I need bodies.
I'm done with
Okay,
my devastation. Back to you.
cool. So I will go to 8.
Yes.
Finally, draw 1.
I'm excited.
All right.
I'm excited for the backlash.
Okay, wow. Okay, that is an interesting option. I really wish I had this last turn. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 2 to use radiotherapy,
Oh, okay.
which will allow me to create a beta and heal all of this off. I create the beta, and then I irradiate, and then I heal as many tokens as I have, which of course I have 6,
Mm-hmm.
more than the 4. This thing is a 5, right?
It has 5 power. Yes.
So I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to discard a card. I'm trying to decide whether I discard it with fuel rod storage or with Iwata. With Iwata, I would spend 1 less brain. With fuel rod, I would create 2 radiation from it, which is really good. No, I think this works. So I'm going to do this, which throws my fuel rod storage in the dump.
Yes.
I'm going to discard Conspiracy Theorist,
Okay.
which first will give me 2 betas because of the fuel rod. And then also, when I discard this assistant from my hand, I can trigger Autopsy, which gives me 1 extra brain. So I actually go to
Yes.
7.
Yes.
here.
Yeah, I can see you looking at the card in your left hand and the card in your right hand, and then the card in your left hand.
I'm trying to think of how I handle this.
Yeah, 7 brains is a lot of power.
It is. I pay 3 to play the Lobe Trotter,
Oh, finally, this guy.
and then I irradiate once by paying 1. That's my second radiation, so I draw because of Iwata. Um,
Yes.
Now I discard to gain 1 brain with Iwata. Now I play Intelligence Officer, which gives me a
Yes.
beta, goes down to 2, which now lets me use my last 2.
Did you spend more than 5 this turn after
Yes,
paying for the officer? Okay, so he does have
yes.
rush right now. Okay.
And I get to put these on, which will activate Lobe Trotter's
Oh
Autopsy.
my god, you did the thing.
I have 0 cards in my hand and just did everything.
I would. Okay.
So Lobe
Okay.
Trotter can't, doesn't have rush, so I can't attack. But
Yes.
I will go into clash phase with
Oh.
these 2. So this right now would do 10 to you. Bring the game a lot closer because I could target with Intelligence Officer.
Yeah. Yeah.
You would take. Oh wait, you have 1. Oh, do you only have 1 health?
I only have 1 house.
Oh, okay. So I'll go Intelligence Officer
Mhm.
at Willing Subject,
Yeah. Okay.
and then obviously I'll hit your base with Tangle for 10.
Oh jeez. See, that's the control play style. Like you wait, you wait, you
Yep.
wait, you wait, you wait. Big, big, big monster.
Dude,
Like
figuring
snap.
out that
Good.
was super difficult. And this guy goes, right? Because Intelligence Officer
Oh
does 2
yeah.
damage to him.
Yeah, he's done. Actually,
And
this goes back in
Intelligence
my hand, but
Officer also goes, right?
yes. Is that it?
That is, yeah, I don't have any cards. So I think that's
You
the end of
don't
my
have?
turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have 6 brains. I'll draw a card. This is my card. Draw a card. Transmute metal.
Discard 2 cards and so you could discard 2 cards or 1 mod.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Got
That's
it, got
right.
it, got it.
I'll discard this card. Adrenaline shot.
I like this card.
It's
I like how
goofy.
it looks.
It's goofy. It's
I
also
love
like
how goofy it is.
that's what the game's about. I think this
Yeah,
is
basically if Tangle hits you, it's game. If it goes through you, you know.
yeah.
So you got to play a body. It's some kind.
Yeah, I certainly do. I'm going to play the
Maybe
willing
you're
subject.
back to 3 there.
Back to 3. I'll go back to 1. Willing
Okay.
subject. I'll put this away. I get a gamma
Let's have
tail.
rush. Okay.
Does have rush. And then I'm gonna give it the explosive device.
Oh, okay.
And he's just like,
When this unit deals
ah!
damage to the opponent's base,
Yes.
you may
If I
destroy.
hit you, I can blow my guy up and deal more damage to you.
So,
Um,
but in this case, I can block with either one, and
yes.
you have two. Do you just have 2 power?
Oh, 3 power because he's modified.
Oh, because he's modified. That's right. Okay.
Yeah. I
Um,
think I'm just screwed here, so I'm just kind of doing like a
Gotcha. I
bomb rush.
think I'm gonna block with Lobe Trotter.
Okay. I would not kill you. Okay.
Mm, no, I would just go to 1.
No, yeah, I'm just dishing some damage out. I think you just got me here. This guy's been here since the beginning and I couldn't
Yep.
really deal
Yeah,
with
because
him.
this guy dies as a result, right?
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Um, and then I mean, I'll carry it out anyway, just for
Sure.
because that's your end phase, I assume.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I'll draw my 1
I
card.
have a crap ton of rads, but I needed some
I'll
ones.
play Fuel Rod
Too
Storage,
expensive.
which is 1 that makes a rad. I will irradiate this boy because he's my favorite,
Yeah, Tangle's nuts.
and then I will target the base.
Death.
Very nice.
Cool.
I liked Iwata a lot. That was very good.
Cool. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, you played out your whole hand, so you saw everything, or you did everything that you could. Um, Yeah, what are your impressions? I know you're speaking on the fly. How do you feel about
Sure,
me
yeah.
as an opponent? How do you feel about your cards?
So Iwata feels wonderful. Um, everything about the base set or this like starter deck feels fantastic. I don't know if I have enough information on Modern Man. I love the concept behind Modern Man. The idea of going mod heavy and ditching mods, putting them back in your hand, things like that. I will say, other than the one time when I think you could have invoked and didn't, I
Yeah, it
didn't
didn't
see a
do.
lot from the character card itself. Whereas I know not every character card is like
Mhm.
super invocation heavy, but I invoked Iwata
Yeah.
every turn basically that I could.
Mhm. This
Hot
card I
Stick was
think worked.
awesome.
This card's fun. I think it worked against Modern Man though. I don't like because it goes back to my hand anyway. The whole thing about him returning things to my hand is like it's already doing it for him. I think this card would be great in the Volkova deck.
I was thinking that. Yeah,
I think it should
I
be
was
really
definitely thinking
because
that.
the +2 power, it doesn't care about blocking
And it
really.
an alpha. I know Volkova likes the
Yeah.
alphas too.
So I might this is the fun part where I get to like as like the meta kind of emerges, I can switch around the things as I see
Yeah,
fit because they're already created. So I might switch that out for something else. Like this is the other one I used and enjoyed a
I
lot.
love this card.
Um,
Conceptually, I love this card, and even in practice, I love it.
it was cool. It's kind of a
Let me see
threat.
if I can
It's yeah. It's like how do you want to handle this?
search.
Um,
I never got around to playing Mind Mouse, but that was something I thought about. Um,
the thing is, I think this mutant I had in my hand, the other guy, was just too expensive, and I couldn't really bank. I didn't want to. I had 5 or 6. I had 7, I think, at one point, but I wasn't. I didn't have any guys like expiring yet, so I didn't have to do it. This card's strong, but I think it's like the setup is way too slow. So I'm gonna take another look at this guy and maybe restat him and change his cost. I kind of wanted another big chunker, big monster, kind of like
yeah,
actually
yeah.
kind of like the Tangle. So this is like another version of that.
I'm trying to figure out ways that you could be very crafty with your modifications.
Okay.
Um, one thing I could see being if I were creating Modern Man from scratch is
Hmm.
like at any time on your turn you can move a modification between your field units, or you can swap an existing modification with one from your hand, or something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's
I
fun.
think just like the idea of being able to tech out your modifications, it feels a little bit like someone who's
Hmm.
um, got total control over modifications.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I would have to. Okay, so then what I would do then is figure out when that trigger happens, because that would really flavor like what the ability is. I do like the idea of swapping, like sharing mods between guys or something like that. But yeah, this
it
is
would.
yeah. Consider this a first iteration. Yeah. What I might start with is maybe an assistant with a Eureka effect or something that lets you swap mods between like units that you control that were attached to them or something
That's a great way to test whether
to
that
start.
seems a little too strong. Yeah,
Yeah, just like I think Eureka, if it depends, like if it's a Eureka or it's a procedure effect, but usually like yeah, that kind of like one time instead of like it wouldn't be on a mod. I would never test that on a mod, for example. That's
cool. This
cool.
was an
I'm happy to
awesome,
try.
awesome match.
Yeah, yeah, I'm had a lot of fun. I appreciate the time you set aside to do it, and I'm glad that you tried Iwata, and I'm glad it popped off. Like that's kind of like
Yeah,
it's. I told you, like I think you'll be banking incidentally sometimes, and you'll just like have an opportunity, and it's if you're ready to take the window, like you'll just do it.
it popped off when I realized exactly how much I had to bank, and I had the foresight, but I didn't build the foresight until like midway through the game.
Sure.
But then what I loved is that I was like, shoot, I really need one more brain because I want Lobetrotter to be fully online for autopsy. And I had so many options between Fuel Rod Storage and Iwata's character card to
Yeah.
discard and then get that extra brain and discard. And like the way that all of this worked together was so nice.